Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back to An Afternoon with Mr. Hitchcock. Last week we pulled The Lodger out of the old Exorcist hat, and I was really pleased with this because I enjoy this film immensely. And it is on Criterion, so it's kind of like having a Criterion corner. 1927. It's 90 minutes long. Of course, it is silent, which, unless you're a little bitch, that don't matter. Spine number 885. So this is a kind of... No, this isn't that new, because Godzilla was 1,000. But anyway, heavily considered even by Sir Hitchcock that this is his first Hitchcock-style movie. This is his third movie that he directed, loosely based on the murders of Jack the Ripper. Very interesting story, and a lot of really good... Man, Hitchcock, was one of those guys that didn't like to be normal when he made things. There's a really good scene in here of what I assume is different people on the radio speaking, because it's talking about this news going over the airwaves, and it was just like superimposed over each other's face, and it kept coming up, and it'd be a different person and a different person and a different person. 1927, how the fuck did you do that? And if that is in 1927, then the rest of you motherfuckers out here making movies in 2020 that look like shit have no excuse. This probably cost him $10 to make, and you got $50 billion, and it still looks like a fucking... And not even a shine... It looks like a half-ass shine turd filmed with a fucking potato half the time. And the turd is CG'd, but it was CG'd by somebody that still owns a PlayStation 1, so it looks like a fucking piece of shit. And if none of that makes any sense to you, no fucks given. Anyway, back to The Lodger. The Lodger, a story of the London fog. We have some murders going on. Every Tuesday night, I believe? It's either Tuesday or Thursday. I think it's Tuesday. Every Tuesday night, there's a murder. And it's always a fair-haired girl, a blonde girl, getting murdered. Well, this mysterious... And his name's the Avenger. This mysterious stranger comes to take up a room in a boarding house. And a lot of back and forth stuff go with this young, beautiful girl and her kind of boyfriend. I don't get from the film itself that she was too into him, but he was into her. I guess that's cool. And you know what? Women from back in these days, like in a silent movie, if you watch this, and I've talked about this before, women from the 20s, I'm not talking that you guys ain't beautiful today, but Jesus Christ, give me a fucking second. Women from the 20s and the style they had in the 20s, especially in silent fiction, in silent movies, the way they are made up and done to get that look through those lenses is just magnificent. And in the 20s, the style in the 20s, is pretty cool. It's a pretty good style, except for your fucking hats. Jesus, those hats are so horrible, it's not even funny. I can't even take my eye off the hat that it's so bad. But, anyway, it was the time. The beautiful girl is being annoyed by the dude that's a weirdo, fucking weirdo. And they have this guy living in the house that's the fucking murderer. And it's just so well told. There is a lot more title cards than I remember, but they're Hitch title cards, so they're done really, really, really well, and they fit perfect. And a lot of silent movies, I watch a lot of silent stuff. The acting is the most important part in any movie, really. But in today's stuff, and when the talkies started, you had dialogue to help. And if you could act like halfway decent and read good dialogue, you were all right. I mean, there's lots of actors still to this day that have gotten through because they can read dialogue well. Back in this day, you had to win the audience over with expression and emotion and just whatever. But if you watch this film, and if you've seen it once and you know what's going on and you don't have to get into it as much, watch the people instead of watching the movie. Watch the people in the movie, if that makes any sense. The old man and old woman that run this boarding house, there's a scene where they're just over by doing dishes talking, and it's just like bringing a camera into a room and filming two people just having a conversation, and it's so fluent and just natural that fuck a title card. I don't need to know what they're fucking saying. I can see what's happening here. It's awesome. It's just like watching well, not everybody can do it because a lot of people are fucking big pansy asses, can't watch foreign movies because they don't want to fucking read the movie. If you watch the movie, you don't have to sit there and keep fucking reading the titles. You'll get the gist of the movie. You know what? Enjoy that fucking movie. And if you want to watch it again and read it all the next time, that. But do one or the other and enjoy. I promise you are missing a lot of good films by not giving in to silent films or foreign films. You're missing a lot. And I know there's a lot of stuff. You'll just say, well, there's a lot of other good stuff that I could be watching that's not like that. Fuck you. You're missing a lot of good stuff, I'm telling you. So The Lodger, it is, let's see. Is it my favorite silent Hitch film? It's really close. We'll have to talk about that at the end of this Hitch series because it's really close. Also, the first film that he uses himself as a extra. After this film, he's always in his films somewhere. You just gotta pick him out. It's kind of like the original Stan Lee before Stan Lee tried it. Hitchcock did it. He's in this one twice, so keep a lookout for him. And that's The Lodger. Next week, as we take off the hat, we have the tape box full of Hitchcock films. I promised you I'd have a knife this week, and I fucking lied to you. There you go. There you go. I am going to pick one, but first, I'm going to shake it up. Should I count that one? Or put it back in? It kind of told me to do it. So, that's what's going to happen. We picked this one. Didn't bring a knife, but I did forget to put my keys up at work today, so I'm telling myself there, I got my work keys. Just have a little bit better keys in them to open things with. They're smaller. See, like I'm looking at like I'm fucking... Never mind. Keep that for myself. But got it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Why the fuck did I do this shit for? I don't know if it's upside down or not. Oh, we got topaz? Is that what that is? Yep, number 41, Topaz. Have not seen that in a very fucking long time. We're going into color, and we're going towards the end. We're on the beginning of his career, and we're going real close to the fucking end. That's second or third back from the end there. I think. I'm almost positive. Get my fucking keys in my pocket again. I don't know why I'm putting my keys in my pocket on a fucking video, so shut up. Anyway, that's Hitchcock. I'm really enjoying watching these again. This is, of course, my favorite director. And that puts a lot of bias on you when you watch even a shitty film that they've done. You still enjoy it. And even if it's not the best, I can say, well, Hitchcock directed this. I know where he was going with it. I like his style. And watching him as long as I have, I understand where he's going, and I love that feeling, even if it's a bad movie, because there are a couple of them that I just like, and they're older movies, like The Farmer's Wife. Not a big fan of it, but I do enjoy it because I see what's happening. And yeah, The Lodger. You got to see it. If you haven't seen it, suck it the fuck up and watch it. It's got a beautiful score too. Beautiful. Oh, and the Criterion. What do we have on here? Downhill, another 1927 feature directed by Hitchcock. I'm almost positive that's a short. I may be wrong. Does it have commentary? I'm sure it has commentary. It's got a lot of interviews. It's got the essay in here that is whatever, more importantly, a lot of words, but you're not wanting to watch a silence film. You don't want to read fucking subtitles. You're just gonna, you might as well buy the fucking dollar version of this movie because you're wasting your fucking time. And now I'm getting pissed off because you don't want to do what I want you to do. And have a good night.